As much as it galls me to admit, I agree with Tarn. The time has come for the true Queen of Anequina to vanquish the usurper queen. She defiles my family's throne with her heinous presence. Have you really forgotten how I revealed my true heritage? Or how you helped save Riverhold from hordes of undead and a rampaging dragon? Stop tugging my whiskers, Fiveclaw. Such events do not slip one's mind so easily.
A small strike force, like an arrow loosed at a specific target. Nalado approves of this plan.
I have preparations to make before we launch our assault on the palace. Speak to Lord Garresh Ree. He thinks he knows a way we can slip inside without immediately alerting Euraxia's guards.
Like most of Abnur-Tharn's plans, it is both brilliant and daring. If it has any chance to succeed, however, we need a way to get a small force into the palace without being seen. Luckily, I may have an answer. The former custodian of the palace, he knew the place like the back of his paw. Remarkably, he survived Euraxia's conquest and the purge of the royal family. Find him, and he should be able to provide us with an unseen path into the palace. Aneshi. He served as Castellan for Rimen Palace under King Hamekar. You can find Aneshi southeast of here, where he now cares for a shrine to the ancient hero Kunzari. Learn what he knows. Then meet the rest of the strike force in Rimen.
Always worth stocking up.
Perhaps a direct approach would be the best.
Fiveclaw! I decided to join you. Aneshi deserves to hear that I still live in my own words.
Welcome to Aneshi's humble shrine to Kunzari. Here, we remember the tales of the hero of ancient elsewhere.
I do not want to shock the old Castellan. You speak with him first. Prepare him, so that when he learns a member of the royal family still lives, he does not faint or run away or do anything rash.
Will the High Elves build our embassy even uglier than theirs? But no, this one shouldn't complain.
Old Aneshi doesn't get many visitors, friend. Few find much comfort in the ancient tales of Gunzari during these trying times. Wait, Aneshi recognizes your friend. She is grown now, more serious, but this one knows Princess Kamira by Jode. Aneshi's beloved wife, Zaima, worked with the militia for a time after we avoided Euraxia's purge of the palace. Passed along information until the Euraxians caught her. They killed her in the palace courtyard. If Aneshi can help, he will do so. Then you need to enter the palace crypts. A forgotten passage in the crypts leads to the royal kitchens. Aneshi will write down directions to where he hid his master key. The key opens a door in the sewer under the palace that leads to the crypts. Jode above, old Aneshi can hardly believe his eyes. Princess Kamira.
It is truly me, Castellan. But I am Queen Kamira now. We will throw the usurper from my father's throne.
We stayed close to the castle. Zaima, my brave and beloved wife, she passed information to the militia until the vile Euraxians got her. After that, Aneshi came here to restore this ancient shrine. This one will help you as best he can, my queen.
I will visit with Aneshi, Five Claw. Recover the master key and meet me in Riemann.
Good to get stocked up. Building up a stash. Good thinking. Who's next? Try out. No, not like this.
Anna, Vivarai! Ignorant beasts! How can you kill what you do not comprehend? Have you learned your lesson yet? How can you kill what you do not comprehend? Ignorant beasts. Ignorant me. Death. I welcome you.
Sated and ready to take on the world, huh?
Almas, the kingdom of artistry. Rachin studied there as a painter for one single day. This may or may not have something to do with a rather pretty subject with rather little clothing.
Come witness the miracle at Sunspire.
Five Claw, over here. Tarn wants to speak to you.
This city, Rimmon, I believe I visited this place long ago. It was newer then, not quite as large, and there were definitely fewer Euraxians. I am almost certain about that. It seems that before I became the emaciated epitome of perfection standing before you, I was the miscreant the world knew as Cadwell the Betrayer. My recollections of that time are all jumbled up like pieces of broken pottery in a burlap sack. I've been wondering about that myself. Was it the transition from life to death? When I turned into a soul shriven, perhaps the centuries I spent wandering around scenic Cold Harbor? Who can tell? I'm just glad that I'm no longer a monumental ass. I've seen things that would curdle the cream in your cabbage pie. My original head is a menace, and that necromancer, Zumod Foom, he's even worse. They collected a pile of body parts. I think they're me, or the old me. It's all quite confusing. Wouldn't miss it for all the shackles in Cold Harbor. I live for this kind of adventure. Besides, I want to make sure they don't get around to reassembling my old body. One of me is quite enough. Two is definitely out of the question.
I assume you recovered the master key? Oh, fragrant, my friend. I have waited a long time to return to the palace. My home. Tarn will describe the plan to you. I need a moment to collect my thoughts. Do you doubt my claim, Fiveclaw? No, no. Sometimes I find it hard to believe as well. I was barely 13 when the soldiers attacked. My father, King Hemakar, thought the new emperor had sent troops to bolster our defenses. He was wrong. Not just Rimmon. All of Anequina. The usurper queen hired an army and conquered our land to assuage her pride, her greed. She wanted to be a queen, so she killed my parents and subjugated my people. With your help, that ends today. My father's bodyguard, the King's Claw, escorted me to an adeptorium. I insisted on visiting the Grand Adept of the Desert Wind, and my father acquiesced. We were there when Euraxia attacked. Later, he took me to Gareshri. I never saw him again.
This one feels the weight of responsibility. It bears down like a boot upon my tail. Zamorak says many things. This one's words jump out of their own accord like fish leaping from a stream. Pay them no mind. We have much to do, Walker. Now is not the time to dredge up events that happened long ago. You asked Zamorak about his exile and why he returned. This one supposes he needs to tell someone, so it might as well be you, Walker. Zamorak was once more than just a humble adept. He was plucked from his studies and forged into a king's claw. Zamorak set aside his studies to protect the king and the royal family. But Zamorak failed. In the end, this one could save only Chimera. After that, I exiled myself and dedicated my life to peaceful contemplation. Zamorak dreamed that elsewhere was in danger, that Joan and Jode wanted me to return, to face my failure and help Chimera take back her throne. That is what Zamorak thinks. That is what Zamorak will do. But do not tell Chimera. Not yet.
I may not have figured out Chimera's true identity, but things have been hectic since I met her. Zamorak, though, he was easier to surmise. I recognized the bearing of the King's Claw the moment I saw him. Did you find us a way into the palace? The crypts. So that means another delightful trek through the sewers. The overwhelming stench of excrement still lingers from our last visit. Ah well. I have another task for you to deal with first, however. The siege weapons aim down into the city. We need to disable them before Euraxia realizes she's under attack, or she'll destroy Rimmon just to spite us. Meet Nalado and destroy 2 of the installations. Chimera will take care of the 3rd. Just thinking out loud, a habit I acquired during my time in the archives at White Gold Tower. Zamorak once served as a royal protector. From his bearing and the way he hovers near Chimera, he had to be one of the King's Claws. It's quite obvious. Captain Nalado's waiting for you near the siege weapons. Work with her to put them out of commission. Once we see the weapons go up in flames, we'll head out and rendezvous with you at the sewer entrance. I'm counting on it. After you and Nalado destroy the first 2 platforms and Chimera deals with the 3rd, Euraxia will order her troops into the streets to defend the city. That will mean fewer soldiers inside the palace to hamper our assault. The King's Claws were an elite squad of agents loyal to King Hemakar of Rimmon. They protected the king and the royal family, undertook special missions, all very hush-hush. It's a guess, but if I'm right, it explains much about Zamorak. Zamorak, Cadwell, and I will make our way to the sewers and deal with any Euraxians stationed there. Can't have them raise an alarm and alert my half-sister to our true intentions. Are you insinuating that my contributions are lacking? I thought you might be remarking on how spellcasting seems to leave me drained. Or perhaps you were implying that this was my fault for accidentally releasing the dragons from the halls of Colossus. No matter. Do your job, and I'll do mine. The good captain waits near the palace. She went on ahead to scout the area and determine what opposition you might encounter at the siege weapon platforms. I appreciate that level of planning, especially since it's rare to see among the Khajiit. Someone needs to remain behind and organize what remains of the militia. The Speaker of the Main is best suited to the task. Besides, if we fail, though we won't, someone needs to respond when Euraxia unleashes death and destruction upon the city.
You could craft something nice with that.
Dragon's not enough. Now we deal with Dromothra, too. This fool.
Five Claw, good, good. We have work to do. Are you ready to disable the siege weapons and wreak some more havoc? The soldier guarding the gate to the south weapons platform appears bored. This one plans to give her something to get excited about. When she leaves her post, slip through the gate and set fire to the siege weapons. Be quick, Five Claw. At the gate, yes. This one observed a few more soldiers on the platform, but not many. The usurper queen feels secure in Rimmon. We're about to change that. After this one deals with the soldier, I will move on to the north platform. Meet me there. Watch as Nalado becomes a sleek Uraxian soldier. Oh, how do they see with this thing on? Garashi has been spotted in the market. Hurry!
Finally, some action.
Let's end them. Light it up! Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way.
Nalado will deal with the soldier. Oh, this one can't wait to get out of this dungy armor. The south platform is under attack.
Stupid cats! Wait, I better warn my lieutenant first.
Go, destroy the siege weapons. Nalado will clean up this mess. should be able to watch Queen Chimera destroy the far platform from over here. She did it! Now let's meet the others at the sewer entrance.
Here come the others now.
There are too many of us. We need to split up.
I will go with Tarn. Captain Nalado can lead the others.
Barely queen for a day, and already she's giving orders.
Abner Tarn makes an excellent point. Even this small group is too large. We stand out like a shaved Elfique. I will teleport into the palace with Tarn, while you and the others use Aneshi's key to gain entry through the crypts. Probably, but she has no reason to believe that the small strike force is attempting to breach the palace defenses. With the destruction of the weapons platforms, she should order her soldiers into the streets to repel our militia. Perhaps. But by Joan and Jode above, this plan will work. It has to. I will throw Euraxia from the battlements and reclaim my family's throne. This I swear in my father's name. Then we can deal with the necromancers and the dragons.
Zamorak does not like the idea of Queen Chimera going off alone with just Abner Tharn to protect her.
Why are we all standing around out in the open? That's a terrible way to sneak up on someone. Believe me, I've tried.
A queen should not rush into danger. It is unseemly. This one should be at her side to keep her safe. Nalado will follow orders, though. We must make our way through the crypts and into the palace before Chimera gets into too much trouble, yes? Chimera is queen now, so this one must do as she says. There are dangers ahead, regardless of whether we stick together or not. But we have a better chance of reaching the Usurper Queen if we approach from multiple directions. Yes, and if anything happens to our new queen, this one will have Tharn's head on a platter. We waste too much time, Fiveclaw. Are you ready to enter the sewers and find the door to the crypts?
I'll scout ahead! Tally-ho!
Everyone, unsheathe your claws.
There is the door to the crypts. Let us see if the master key still works.
Nalado will guard the rear. You go ahead.
This one hasn't visited these crypts in a long, long time. When Zamara? When Zamarak served as the King's Claw, he regularly patrolled these old passages. Whoever defends Euraxia doesn't appear to be quite as vigilant. Wait. There is a scent. Undead. Be careful, Five Claw. Wait. This is the royal crypt, but it has been disturbed. Desecration and blasphemy! Someone has opened the resting place of King Hemakar and the royal family. They took his body. They desecrated the king's grave. And from the looks of it, the queen's and Kamira's siblings as well. Zamorak has no clue. This royal crypt was prepared when King Hemakar ascended to the throne and married Queen Numara. Why inter the bodies and then dig them up 6 years later? Dark moons. This one hopes that is not the case. To even think such a thing makes Zamorak's fur stand on end. We should hurry and find Kamira. Find the queen. We need to find a way into the palace, and quickly.
Euraxia not only murdered our king and queen, she desecrated their graves! She's a monster!
We can reach the royal chambers through the Chapel of the Guiding Moons and the Great Hall.
That's far enough. Queen Euraxia doesn't want to be disturbed.
The Chapel of the Guiding Moons is just ahead. It's the necromancer, Zumag Foom.
Queen Euraxia
They
will be
locked us in.
delighted to hear that we have guests.
Oh, look, more cats. I do adore flaying and then roasting the nasty creatures.
If you'll excuse us, we have another member of your party to deal with.
I'm of two minds. I want to watch your cadavers tear these cheeky mudcrabs apart, but I also want to deal with my inferior duplicate. What to do, what to do.
Leave the door to Zamarak. This one will make an exit.
More undead!
Touch her back.
Go! Zamarak will guard your backs.
Go left while this one goes right. We will meet in the royal chambers.
Help! They're going to destroy me! Destroy you? No, where's the people?
We will transfer your duplicate's animus into you, Head. But our time with Queen Euraxia has reached its end. Come along.
Please, not like this. Try smashing these glass baubles. Well, that wasn't pleasant. You go on. I'll be along in a snap.
There. Make haste. Euraxia is in the palace courtyard with Mulamnir. Be cautious. We need to know what Euraxia and the dragon are planning before we attack.
The moon gate you seek lies to the southwest. Zumog Thum has the key. Now, about my request.
The necromancers have already agreed to serve Calgrontid. You no longer interest us, Euraxia Tharn.
How dare you! We had a deal! What's this now? My incompetent half-brother and... Aha! The lost princess returns. Nalado! Here. Your parents have missed you so, princess. Mother! No! I never liked you, Abner. Now do me a favor and just die!
I'll take down that shield. You deal with the undead. The shield is down.
I'll destroy you all! The runes of oblivion shield me!
Come on, Nalado, later. I need to see the throne.
Once this all began, I knew Euraxia would need to be dealt with. But sending Chimera's murdered parents against us, death was too easy an end for my half-sister. I'm concerned that the dragons continue to work with the necromancers, though. Half-sister, And do I really seem like the sentimental type to you? Euraxia may be gone, but Mulamnir mentioned his leader, Calgruntid. He said the necromancers were helping them, and Euraxia said something about a moon gate to the southwest. Perhaps. The next queen of Anequina said there's no time to mourn the dead, but I worry what happened here could affect her judgment. Let's get to the throne room and try to figure out why the dragons need necromancers and a moon gate.
We will deal with the fallen later. I fear more pressing matters must concern us now.
I'm listening.
May the dark take Euraxia! She sent my own parents against us, and killed the brave and honorable Nalado! But we have no time to mourn. We must determine what the dragons seek at the ancient moon gate. Do not presume to tell me how I should feel. I am the queen now, and I do not have the luxury or the time to grieve. Fiveclaw, those were not my parents. They were animated husks, nothing more. And I will remember Nalado's sacrifice after we finish saving elsewhere from the dragons. You are still with me in this, Fiveclaw. You and Abner Thorn both. We ended one threat, but two more remain. I will go on without you, but I would rather have you at my side for what is to come. The war is far from over. Even a queen needs to consult with such learned personages as Garresh Ree and Abner Tarn every now and then. Take this in recognition of your efforts on our behalf, Fiveclaw. Then talk to Garresh Ree. I need to think. This throne. For too long, a tyrant has sat upon it. But now...
The men must recognize you as the heir of Anequina. But the people already cheer your name.
Finally, this palace is a labyrinth. Did I miss anything?
A word, Fiveclaw.
When I was a little girl, I played in this room. I pretended that Joan and Jode spoke to me over there, beneath the statues. After Euraxia's coup, I dreamed of this moment, when I could reclaim my father's empty throne. Because... Ah, damn it, Fiveclaw! I need a moment to think! To let everything that just occurred sink in. Besides, it takes more than sitting on a throne to make a queen. I need to consider my next actions very carefully. Do you think I have not asked myself that very same question? Joan and Jode, we had to kill my parents again. And Captain Nalado, she died so that I could live. If I can be half as brave as she was... Oh, moons. What kind of queen thinks like this? That is kind of you to say, Fiveclaw. I hope my people feel the same way. No matter. My people need a queen, and here I am. Ready or not, I am the only one left to take the throne. Now, let me prepare myself for what is to come.